I have pizza around my neck. It won by a whisker on Spock's beard. Nothing but the best here. That's right, high-end pizzas. First cut. Well, nothing like a slice of pizza that's been warmed by my big middle-aged stomach. Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm back with two fun pizza gadgets, but we'll see how useful they really are. Let's get started with the first item, which is this circular saw pizza cutter. Let's take a look at the Genuine Fred Saw Pizza Cutter. I paid $20.53 on Amazon, where it has over 6,000 reviews. Get your hand right next to that blade to undo this. That's not good. There's some instructions here, and here is the unit itself. Now, they claim that it's a fun and functional pizza cutter that will blast through pizza. They say it's shaped like a circular saw to make you feel like a carpenter in action. Removable shield, which I guess is right there, makes it easy to clean. They also say it's a great gift idea. Now, people online who liked it, some people said it's actually a solid pizza cutter and great gift idea for handymen and pizza lovers alike. Those who didn't like it, some people said it's too small. Some people said it's not easy to clean or should have come with a blade cover. I tend to agree with that one. Taking a closer look at this now, you can somewhat disassemble this by pressing these two tabs right here and it should pop right out. Feels a little bit precarious, but it worked. I don't see another way to get the other side out, so I guess you could just kind of clean this side and hope the other side's clean when you wash it off. Now, there were some videos on Amazon that kind of implied this made a sound. I don't see how it could. I don't know if they were adding sound effects or maybe I just got confused watching it. I don't know, but I don't see any way that it makes sounds, and it doesn't say it makes sounds. One of the things that some people on Amazon said was that this thickness wasn't enough for certain pizzas, so we'll have to see how that does. I think for comparison's sake versus the circular saw, I'm going to actually pull out the Star Trek pizza cutter. Probably my favorite pizza cutter, maybe not the best, but my favorite because it looks cool. Functionally, it's pretty standard. It's pretty much an average pizza cutter. So we'll see how this compares to an average pizza cutter that looks cool. All right, first up I have a thin crust pepperoni pizza from Little Caesars. Nothing but the best here. That's right, high-end pizzas. I figure this one won't be a problem for the height, so I'll just try the cutting without that being an issue first. All right, so I think Little Caesars cuts their thin crust pizzas kind of in squares. They don't cut it in wedges, so I'm gonna go one direction with the circular saw and one direction with the Star Trek pizza cutter. It doesn't feel real ergonomic. I haven't even started cutting yet. I guess my thumb can kind of go in there, I guess. Let's see. I'm gonna go right down the center first and see how well this works. And first cut, did it go all the way through? It did, oh, not bad. Let's do some additional cuts here. You know, it doesn't feel real ergonomic, but I do feel like I have a lot of leverage with this one. That went through it like butter. Let's turn this and do the Star Trek pizza cutter now. Come on, Captain Kirk, you can't be put to shame by a circular saw now. Here we go. And Star Trek's hanging with the circular saw. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't go in the middle first. Someone's gonna complain in the comments. That's how it is. First round was kind of a softball, but it did well. It did about as well as a Star Trek pizza cutter, but we got more to try out. Next up, another high-end pizza from Little Caesars. I have a regular cheese pizza. This is just Little Caesars standard fare here, a little bit thicker. Here's where the height might become an issue. We shall see though. I'm gonna cut this one also in wedges too. I'm gonna do 2 cuts with this one and 2 cuts with this one. And Bailey is right down there begging for pizza. Bailey, don't get any pizza. So I went and looked at the Amazon listing and they're holding it like this. That wasn't how I was holding it, I guess, backwards before. It didn't really seem to matter, but I'm gonna try it their way, which was like this. So here we go. First cut. Let's see how that did. Did it cut all the way through? Almost. Missed a little bit on the ends there, but pretty close, pretty close. Let's go the other direction now. It seemed like it wasn't really that ergonomic before, but the more I hold it, the better it feels. I'll get it started here and then go straight across. Oh, we cut through. Not bad, not bad. Let's move over to Captain Kirk now, see what he can do. I'm gonna get it started and then go straight across. I can already tell you that the Star Trek one isn't nearly as ergonomic. It's not ergonomic at all. And I would say that so far the saw's a little better. We have one more cut on this pizza. All right, I think that the saw won by a hair on that one. It won by a whisker on Spock's beard. All right, I've got one more. This one is supposed to have a little bit thicker crust, so let's see how that goes. Now that I've figured out that this is the more comfortable way to hold it, I'm gonna cut this one in wedges as well. Again, this is a bit thicker. I don't think that the height's going to be much of an issue though. It doesn't seem like that's too much of a problem. Much thicker than that it might be, but so far so good as far as that goes. A little bit of rocking to get it started, then straight across. I'm going to try to go quick. Did we cut through? We cut through. Oh yes we did. A little rocking, straight across. Not bad. All right, Kirk, let's see what you got. A little rocking, straight across. In the end, I would say this is a pretty standard pizza cutter. Not bad. It actually is, you know, I've definitely seen worse, so it certainly works. Definitely a good gift idea for the handyman in your life. Some Amazon listings kind of imply to make a sound. It doesn't. There's no sound to be made. There's no moving parts. I would say it's kind of like with a Star Trek pizza cutter, kind of a novelty, but kind of works as well. Next up is clearly a novelty product, but I had a request for it, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna test it like it's a serious product. And that is this, the Pizza Pocket. This allows you to wear a slice of pizza around your neck. This is the Pizza Pocket. I paid $12.99 for this. They claim that you can always be ready to enjoy pizza with this pouch that literally stores a slice of pizza around your neck. Great for parties, hikes, or just as a pizza fashion statement. Right, there it is. There it is. But they have some minor instructions here on the back, and you're just supposed to, let me see, there's a lanyard with pizza around it. You're supposed to wear it around your neck like that. I'm gonna read this over, and then we're gonna get started. Now, one thing is, it seems like it kind of hangs pretty low. It seems like I would rather have it closer to my heart. You have just a zipper back here, and this comes out. My question is, once you've had your pizza in there, how are you gonna clean that? I mean, that's gonna be interesting. I'll figure it out. But you just slide your pizza in there, zip it up, and you're ready for the road. So let's give it a shot and see how it works. All right, it's time. It is time to try this out now. First, I want to put in a couple different size pieces of pizza in here. I'm giving a serious test. I don't care if it's serious or not. I'm giving a serious test. All right, you've opened this up. Take a nice big piece of this cheese pizza and slide it right in there. Well, that does seem to fit pretty well. Let's zip this up, put it around the neck. I have pizza around my neck. I can't say I've ever dreamed that would be a statement I say. I'm wearing a pizza around my neck. This piece seems to be kind of optimized for the size. Let's look at a skinny piece. Let's get a skinny piece in there, see what happens. All right, will the skinny piece hold up pretty well? It seems like it will. It seems like it will. But what I'm wondering about is what if you get kind of, this is cheese pizza. There's not much on there. What about you get something a little bit gooier, a little bit messier? Let's try a messy slice of pepperoni. So what's gonna happen when I pull that out of there? Let's find out. Let's take this out on the road for a real world test. Let's rock. I thought, you know what, before I eat this, I might as well work up an appetite. So I figured I'd get outside for a real world test here. I've got my pizza. I got my appetite building, so let's see how this goes. I guess one more benefit would be that staying against your body like this kind of keeps it warm. Not really the way you want to warm up pizza, but it does stay warm-ish up against your stomach. Maybe it's better conceived than I thought it was. Maybe that was on by design. I have noticed that it kind of has a tendency to bounce every time you take a step. It'll definitely be tenderized by the time I get it, all that bouncing off my stomach. Luckily my stomach's got a little bit of padding there, so I ain't gonna be that tenderized. It's time to eat. I have my trusty slice of pizza here. It's been bouncing off my stomach for the last 20 minutes. Now let's see how easy this is to access. All right, pulling the slice of pizza out of the Pizza Pocket. And there we go. I'm not sure how I'm gonna clean this, but I guess I'll just stick it in the sink and figure it out. But it seemed to work. I mean, from here on out, nothing else has to do with the Pizza Pocket. It's just a piece of pizza. Well, nothing like a slice of pizza that's been warmed by my big middle-aged stomach. So I'm gonna finish this slice, and then we will wrap this thing up. So in the end, I do think both these products work as advertised. The pizza cutter isn't the best pizza cutter out there, but it is certainly a novelty item and a good gift idea. The Pizza Pocket is definitely a novelty item, but kind of fun. It's definitely a conversation piece. And if you're someone who has to have an emergency slice of pizza on you, this is definitely your best option. But that's all I've got. If you've tried either one of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.